I'm going to show you exactly how I create over 30 short form videos in one day, because a lot of us are putting a bunch of excuses on why we can't start doing video marketing. And the number one reason is that I don't have time, quickly followed up by the number two reason, which is I don't feel comfortable in front of a camera. So while I can't do much for that second excuse, I know I can help you with that number one. I'm going to show you how to compress time, do some batch recording, and get those videos out there. And it doesn't take as long as you might think. So first I want to show you my personal workflow. Now take note that although I'm doing it this way, doesn't mean that you can't create your own workflow, whatever works best for you. But for me, what works incredibly well is Notion. That's where I have my entire workflow, and you're gonna see that this particular workflow is very simple to deploy. This is just a simple table that's designed to help me stay organized, and it has the important information that I wanna track. I wanna know if I'm speaking to a buyer or a seller. I, of course, also wanna name every single video that I'm creating. Now here for the phase category, I'm identifying where this seller is in relation to a transaction. Are they in ordinary time where they're not thinking about a transaction? Are they in research mode considering selling? Are they preparing for launch, aka are they preparing for selling? Are they actually in the transaction, aka are they under contract for selling? And in the cool down period, have they recently sold? Now, the reason that I track phases is because I want to be able to speak to every single part of that sales cycle. I want to create content that appeals to those people that are not thinking of selling. I also want to create content that are considering selling, and on and on. Again, I want to be mindful of who my audience is. Now for the topic, I want to see what topics have I already covered in my previous content. This way, I'm not a one-trick pony. I'm able to help people across different topics. Now again, this is a very simple workflow. This is a workflow that I use whenever I'm creating short form video. Step number two is coming up with the content ideas. And this is so simple and should not keep you from making any video. Here's where you go to get ideas. The first place is think back to all of the questions that you've received from buyers or sellers. What have your actual clients been asking about? If you write those down, you're gonna have a surplus of content to create. Second, go to ChatGPT and type out what are some videos that I should be making for first-time home buyers. And it's gonna give you a plethora of ideas on which videos to create. Third, go to Google search and type in whatever topic you're wanting to cover. If you wanna cover home staging as an example, we'll go to Google and type in home staging. And it's gonna give you a million ideas. You're gonna see different blogs about it. You're gonna see different articles about it, different websites on it. If you use just those three things, you're gonna have an abundance of content to create. Step number three, you're gonna outline your videos. Keep in mind, you already have your workflow, and you at this point already have the topic that you wanna cover. Now you just bullet point or script out what you wanna say in the video. Now, as you can see here, I don't give myself too many prompts. I, for the most part, already know what I'm gonna say. But you might not be used to doing that, and that's okay. If you need to script every single word out, then script every single word out. As an example, I am way more comfortable just listing out some bullet points for me to cover and then just recording. Take this very video as an example. These are my entire notes on this particular video, which speaks to step number four, which is recording. Once you have your workflow established, essentially where you're gonna put all of your topics, then you get your topics together, then you do the outlines. Now it's time to record. So I can sit in front of a camera and rattle off whatever I need to say, stop the recording, and go on to the next one. Step number five, establish your setup. So for me, I have the camera directly feeding this particular recording into the computer. And the software that I use is Ecamm. So if you happen to use a Mac, the link is down below. Ecamm is fantastic. Now, if you're more of a PC person, then go with OBS. That link is also down below. Now, your video setup is so important for the reason that it's gonna allow you to move much faster, because I no longer have to take the memory card from the camera and insert it into my computer and wait for it to download. The moment that I press finish on this recording is the moment that it's already stored in my files. Then all I have to do is drag that file over to my Google Drive folder, and my amazing editing team takes it from there. They'll edit the video, I'll review it, and assuming that there's nothing wrong with it, I go ahead and approve it. And then another team member will put it on my social media calendar so our social media team can take that file and upload it to the social media channels. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but once you get your system in order, you're gonna be able to produce content like that. And if you found value in this particular video, comment content down below to let me know you're here. And if you want to continue growing your real estate business, check out this video right here.